All right, lesson 53, personal business letters and envelopes. We will use the zoom feature, use print screen options, prepare envelopes, and create a personal business letter and envelope. It says that sometimes having a close-up view of your document is helpful. At other times, you might want to see one or more pages at a reduced size. The various features in the Zoom group on the View tab allow you to see close-up or reduced views of a document. Let's change it to the zoom. I thought I did. It says the zoom slider at the lower right on the status bar can be used to zoom in and zoom out while you are viewing a document. The zoom slider is shown in figure 6-10. So this is a picture of what the zoom slider looks like. We also see the zoom group where we can view different widths to see either our document close up or at a further away view. Alright, so for 53A, it tells us to open up, oops, I don't want to open that. Oh, let's close all. Alright, so we are going to open in our data files here, 53A preview. Okay, it says use the various options in the Zoom group, which is on the View tab, to see the different ways the document can be displayed. So we can go 100%, we can go to one page, multiple pages, page width. You can change it to zoom here. We can change it with all of these zoom features. So kind of play around with it. But you can change your view quite easily by using that zoom group. Number 3 says to move the zoom slider at the bottom right of the status bar to the left and right to see how the size of the document changes. So here's our zoom slider. If you slide it, you can see how it changes here. Really close to really far away. Alright. And then it says to close the document without saving any changes. So we're just going to hit X. I'm going to close out of that too. Alright. 53B, print preview and print settings. Often you will see the whole page on the screen to check the appearance, margin spacing, graphics, tables, etc. prior to printing the document. As you learn in 53A, features in the Zoom group can be used for this purpose. However, you can use the print screen to display one or more pages of the document before you print. You can use one or more of the options in the settings list to make changes. Okay, so print preview and print settings look similar to this. Alright, so prior to printing the document, the print screen is shown in figure 6-.11. So we're going to open up 53A preview again. And it says to access the print screen. So we'll go to File, Print. Preview the document that is displayed. So you can look over it here, you could read it, make sure everything looks okay, sounds okay. And it says to use various options in the settings list to see the changes that can be made to the document prior to printing. For example, we could change the margins. So you could select different margin styles, go back to normal, narrow, go back to normal to see the changes. Page orientation, change it to landscape, back to portrait. Paper size, which is right here. Could change it to a legal paper size, which is a really long paper, or change it back to letter. Use the zoom slider at the lower right corner of print screen to zoom in and out. So you can zoom in and zoom back out. Okay. And then it says close the document without saving any of the changes you've made. So we're going to exit, and we do not want to save. All right. 53C, envelopes. So you can use Word's envelope feature to create envelopes for your letters you have keyed. This feature allows you to choose the size of envelope, including the return address and delivery address, print the envelopes, etc. The delivery address is keyed, inserted automatically from the letter file, or inserted from your address book. In this lesson, you will learn to create a number 10 envelope with delivery and return addresses. This is the most frequently used envelope size for letters printed on 8.5 by 11 paper. Alright, so we're going to open up 53 DF53C letter. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. And it says to select the lines of the letter mailing address, so the letter address will be used to create the delivery address. So I'm going to highlight this. This is the addresses that we're going to be using. Okay, so I'm going to select this mailing address. And we're going to use the envelopes feature on the mailings tab. I'm going to click envelopes. Alright. So it says use the envelope feature to prepare a number 10 envelope. Okay, if you click on the envelope button right here, you can change it to the different size. We're going to leave it on size 10 because that's what it tells us to use. Actually, I'm going to hit cancel. I need to make sure I select the right address. Make sure you choose the letter mailing address, which is the person who we're sending it to. Then we'll click the envelopes button. Okay, so her address gets added into the delivery address. Okay, we want to make sure we still have a size 10 envelope. I'm going to click OK. And then it says, if necessary, remove the check mark from the return address omit checkbox. You don't want one in there. And then we're going to key the following return address. Mrs. Karen Fernandez. Enter 4002 Concord Highway. Enter Monroe, North Carolina 28110-8233. It says to click the envelope in the preview box. Verify that number 10 envelope is being used. Click OK. And then it says to print the envelope and close the document without saving changes. What we're actually going to do is we're going to click Add to Document. And we're going to click Yes. Okay, and it will actually add our envelope right here to the first page of our document. Okay, and then it says close the document without saving changes. I would like for you to go ahead and click Save As. Go to your Chapter 6 folder, and we'll name it 53C letter. Save. Okay, so you will be turning this in. Envelope 2, it says to open a new blank document, so you'll go to New Blank Document. It says use your instructor's name and school address as the delivery address and your name and your home address as the return address to prepare a number 10 envelope. So, oops, we're going to click on mailings, envelopes. Okay, and so for the delivery address, you guys are going to type my name, Mrs. Pancoke, and you're going to send it to the school. So usually when you're sending it to a business or a school, you'd put the school name below. And then the address. And our address is 1301 Centennial Avenue, Utica, Nebraska 68456. Okay, and then you would type your address right here. So you would start with your name. So my name is Mrs. Pancoke. And then think about where you actually live. My address is 400 4th Street. Okay, and you guys will type in, your return address, and you will then, when you are done, here, I'll just make up a fake address here. 456 Henry Street, Utica, Nebraska 68456. Okay, so you would type your name, your street address, and then the city, state, and zip. Click Add to Document, and I'm going to hit No. Okay, and then there you have it. You'd have your name, your return address, as well as my address. And then I would like for you to save this as in your Chapter 6 folder as 53C Envelope 2. Okay, save. All right, on to 53D. So for this one, you guys are going to open a new blank document and key the personal business letter shown using block format and open punctuation. So it will be the same format that you find on page 210 for your letter. When you are finished, you're going to save the letter as 53D letter. However, instead of printing it, you'll go on to step 3, and you're going to create an envelope similar to this using the letter mailing address for the delivery. So the letter mailing address would be the Mrs. Jenna St. John Personal Director. And you will use the writer's name and address for the return address. So you would use Douglas H. Reckert and the 8503 Kirby Drive as the writer's address. So you're going to make an envelope and add it to your document as we've done in the last 2 envelopes that we made. And then save the letter as 53E letter. So type what you see on page 217. But in the format that you find on page 210, and you're going to add a letter. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.